Hello everyone, my name is Haven, and today I am reacting to Meshuggah Bleed. Now, Meshuggah is a pretty well-known, and please correct me if I'm wrong, nu metal band. I don't know if they've still maintained the nu metal status, but I think, because this song came out 14 years ago, I think they were nu metal at the time. I don't know if they still hold that status today. They might have transitioned. I don't know. A lot of bands do end up changing over time. Though Korn has maintained their nu metal status. Linkin Park never, like they changed dramatically. And I think that's part of the reason why they fell off. Besides, obviously Chester, being gone essentially. And I think isn't Dope nu metal? I think, yeah, and I think they still hold their nu metal status. Was Papa Roach ever nu metal? I don't think they were. There's a variety of bands that were nu metal that I don't know if they still maintain their nu metal status. So I have no idea, but we're kind of going back quite a ways here. This is about the time I was in 14 years ago. I was in high school. Yeah, I was in high school 14 years ago. So this is like ninth grade for me right here. And I don't think I've ever heard the song. I could be wrong though, because I was just then at that point getting into a lot of metal songs, so I may have heard this song in the passing, so this might be a nostalgic experience, but this could also be something else. And before I start this, I had to get my drink. Okay, I had to get my drink. I had a Starbucks yesterday and then I never finished it, so give me some energy, get me up and going. A lot of the songs already get me up and going, but I need a little bit more. So let's do this. Okay. Before we slide into the next verse, I'm very disappointed. This song's called Bleed, and there's not a lot of blood here. I'm disappointed in you guys. I'm really, really disappointed. Just kidding. Wow. I feel like the opening riff, like at the start of the song, sounded so familiar, but maybe that's just an iconic. It's raining outside. I was like, I hear something. I think that's just iconic, either in nu metal or maybe it's just iconic for Meshuggah in general. I do feel like I've heard a few of their songs, so maybe that's what it is. I was like, when I was first hearing it, I was like, this sounds so familiar. But listening to the song so far, I don't think I've ever heard it, and if I have, I don't really recall hearing it. So maybe that's just what it is. Maybe I was picking up memories from like, hearing the opening riff, but I don't know. I really don't know. But so far, it's very, very new metal-ish, So this is definitely early days new metal. And yeah, I'm just, it's another one of those bands where I'm kind of like, why have I not really just gotten into this band? Like, why have I not actually listened to more of their songs? I think it was just one of those bands that because they just have been so far away from me, they're like over here. I just have never ever gotten to it. It's like one of those things where it's like, you wanted to check them out at one point, but as time went on, it just kept getting put back, and you just never ended up going to it. And so you ended up forgetting about it. And then when you do find out about it again, you're just like, oh, wait, I forgot about these guys, It's one of those things, because there are a lot of bands that I think maybe I couldn't get into at the time, but as time went on, I did want to get into them, but there was so much other music that was coming up along that I just never ended up getting to them. So, I mean, you got to think there's a lot of music out there, a lot of bands. So it's really hard to really tune into some of the older ones that you wanted to get into, because a lot of the newer ones just kind of put their foot in the door, and then you're like, oh, okay, this sounds pretty cool. And then you get to that, and then you just end up forgetting, and you're just like, whoa, So I feel a little disappointed that I haven't really gotten into Meshuggah. Not to say that they're, bad in any way, but it's just one of those bands that I don't think I just ever took the time to get into. And I think this is a good opportunity to really get into Meshuggah, honestly. I think they started recently putting out music, so I think I have one. If they are, I think there's a new song I have put on my watch later. I'm not too sure. I'll have to look. But if you guys have any Meshuggah songs that you want me to check out, by all means, put them in the comments below. Like, this is one of those bands I've been meaning to check out. It's just been, when you have so much music that you're getting into, it's hard to really categorize and try to, or not really categorize, but try to get them together and actually take the time and sit down and listen to it. Especially as an adult now, you work a lot and you go home and you don't have the energy to want to do anything. So it's a real struggle out here in this first world country that we have. So, let me know some songs, but we're going to keep going. This is sounding so badass. I love it. Oh yeah. So that was Meshuggah Blade. There isn't really much more to say to this, but I really like this. And I'm kind of, like I said, I'm disappointed in myself that I haven't really listened to more Meshuggah. But this is a good opportunity for me to get into them now. So like I said earlier, if you guys have any recommendations on any songs, and if you think, what would be a good album to start off with, logically it would be the first album, right? First albums are usually the first album to get into, but I feel like there are personal preferences that people will want you to check out the most. So let me know what album you think I should sit down and listen to, but also recommend some songs for me to react to as well. So I guess with that being said, I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day and drink plenty of water, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.